was that? Cat? Meow. Okay, boys and girls, what are we doing today? We're doing some high bar back squats, working up to a top single at around RPE6, RPE7 at most. Then some bench press, sets of 6 at around the same RPE, maybe a little bit more, RPE 6.5, RPE 7.5. And then some lower, some hack squats or a pendulum squat, some leg extensions, leg curls, and a couple of other accessory exercises. What's this guy doing? Running directly into oncoming traffic. How silly. Yeah. He doesn't know what he's doing, to be fair. And nor do I. But yeah, we're going to be breaking down those muscle fibers today in every way, shape and form. We're going to be getting the nastiest of vascular dilation, the pumpiest of pumps, you know. We're going to fill out those muscles with blood and extract my lactic acid build-up through breathing heavily. That way I can release the carbon dioxide that builds up in my muscles. That's a no-no. Heading on over to my local leisure centre. I'm going to be training there today. Jump in the swimming pool and sauna afterwards to speed up recovery. You know, can't skip your cardio. I know you're skipping your cardio. I'm not skipping mine. That's why I'm healthier than you. That's why I'm going to survive the heart attack that I'm bound for at the age of 35, and you won't survive yours. Oh! This air it's rather nippy day. 2 degrees to be precise. The wind feels like -10 right now. Shiver my timbers. My meat and 2 veg, they are contracting and inverting. Anyway, you're probably wondering, Aaron, why are you doing the car talk? Why are you pretending to be Sam Sulek? And that is because I got a comment on one of my TikToks before calling me Scam Sulek. And I've also had a couple more calling me the British Sulek. The British Sam Sulek. So I thought I'd play into the comments, and I really hope my microphone's still on my head. It is. Thank the Lord for that. I've already run over one. But yeah, isn't this nice? Just me and you in my 1999 Mazda MX-5 Miata, aka the NB. I haven't seen any cats today, but I've seen quite a few seagulls, pigeons, squirrels, foxes and badgers. I'm not sure why foxes and badgers are out at this time of day. I guess human intervention has knocked them off their natural path and forced them to improvise, adapt and overcome. There was also a random swarm of bees that came through the caravan site today. A couple ended up in my static caravan. Again, I'm not too sure what's going on. I feel like I've woken up in a different dimension, living in some sort of strange reality. Bumblebees. I guess one of the farmers nearby must have hid a bee's nest that still lingers even through these cold, harsh conditions where drinking urine is optimal and sleeping inside a deer carcass is probably your best bet of survival. I don't really know what I'm talking about right now, I'm just rambling. And it feels good to ramble, it feels good to chat shit and not get banged for it. Yeah! Woo! Yeah, buddy! Lightweight, baby! Woo! We're off to the gym, baby! Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! I almost passed out. I just went like head in. I need to breathe air. You know. capacity and percapacity with my unimaginable and unfathomable gas prevents my enemies from prevailing over me. And I promise you I haven't taken drugs. I've taken vitamin D because here in the UK it's always cloudy, whether it be spring, summer, autumn or winter. We rarely get enough sunshine to be happy, to be nourished by the UV rays that come off the sun and allow us to, most of us are vitamin D deficient here. That's why we all look like ghosts. That's why we all look like Michael Jackson. Pale, like my bottom, except my entire body. So yes, I've started taking vitamin D supplements, and I always do during the winter, simply to keep my mood high. I mean, my hands are freezing. I should have worn gloves, like some leather gloves. Maybe lifting gloves would be better, more optimal. Not only do they provide my hands with warmth, but provide my hands with grip as well. That's probably the science-based driving. Yeah. Oh yes, just cut me off. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Absolutely no need to cut me off. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Some people are just fucking idiots. And he's one of them. Love, kindness and care. Oh, come on, you scallywag. Very intrigued to see what this footage is going to turn out like. Probably not very well. I think I just missed the turning for the gym. I was rambling too much, but yeah, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Not only have I impersonated Sam Sulek, call me Scam Sulek, but I am impersonating Clarence Kennedy, call me Timu Clarence Kennedy, or Timu Harry Squatter. But basically, as you can see, I'm doing high bar back squats with a pause. I'm doing very light high bar back squats with a pause. 150 kilograms is loaded up on the barbell and is being hoisted, heaved and hauled for sets of 6 repetitions. However, the first set I missed a rep, but the last 2 sets, because I did 3 sets in total, I did 6 reps with. I'm playing it very conservative because I'm on the last week of the block and want to move into the next block as fresh as a daisy. Now, bench press. I'm doing one top set of 6 repetitions with 140 kilograms. This was around RP7, RP8. Over the last few days, my recovery has been pretty poor. My sleep hasn't been the best, and I haven't been eating enough. I most certainly haven't been hitting my protein. But regardless, the show must go on, and I must keep the hoisting, heaving, and hauling in motion. Back off sets. I did 2 sets of 125 kilograms for 6 repetitions each. All is well, all felt good. And then I moved on to the accessory exercises. I did this belt squat, but as you can see, I'm standing on 2 bumper plates. The reason I'm standing on 2 bumper plates is because the range of motion on this machine without elevating it is quite poor. I couldn't go arse to grass, which is the way that I like to squat. So I put a couple of bumper plates underneath my feet to be able to get into that deep squatting position for that extra range of motion, that extra stretch, and that extra breakdown of muscle fibers. Gotta catch them all? No. Gotta eliminate them all. then Bulgarian split squats. Someone suggested that because I have short legs, use a plate instead of a bench, and oh boy, has it revolutionized the way that I Bulgarian split squat. It felt great. I felt all of the muscles and stabilizers I wanted to be firing away. It has most definitely revolutionized the way that I Bulgarian split squat, because it's put me into a better position, a more stabler position, and a stronger position. So now I'm confident that I can start overloading it over the next few weeks. I only use 60 kilograms because I want to get used to the way it feels. Finally, leg curls. Making sure that I go through the whole motion, a full concentric, a full eccentric, so I get a full contraction and a full stretch. That's how you get the most out of these exercises, by going through the entirety of the range of motion. Anyway, that was today's workout. Into the car we go. We're not Scam Sulek or Timu Clarence Kennedy. We are Ryan Price Lifts. And we are also very hangry. I'm hungry and I'm angry. No, I'm not angry. Slightly on edge, slightly irritable, you know. I'm not too sure what is for dinner. All I know is that I've got to get to editing. And it's going to be very difficult editing without my laptop, but it's got to be done. I've got to get this vlog out. If I don't, then I have failed you and I have failed myself. That is what I don't want to do, fail myself. After all, this whole vlogging everyday thing that I'm doing is a test of commitment, a test of discipline, and I've already gone over this, so I won't go over it again. But it is of utmost importance that I get this out. Anyway, how's the session? How do I feel? I feel alright. I'm really hoping I haven't gone over the amount of time you can spend in this car park before you get a nice little fine. Even though the day is almost at an end, I still have plenty to do. Apparently one of those things is getting cut off twice in a row. But, you know, you are forgiven, my child, my fellow countryman. Just don't do it again, or I'll do nothing, because I can't. I can't exactly get out my car and start chasing them at 40 miles per hour. Yes, the session. Let's talk about the thing that we were speaking about in the first place. Bulgarian split squats. Again, thank you very much for the person that suggested to use a bumper plate instead of a bench press. That has definitely changed the game for me. I can actually do barbell without bobbing and weaving, rocking and rolling all over the place. Leg curls are just leg curls. And oh yeah, leg extensions. What happened to those? Every time I went to go and take the leg extension, someone else took it. Sod's law. What does that mean? Oh my god, you missed an accessory exercise. How do you feel about that? Has that ruined your week? No, it hasn't, because I can just throw it into one of the sessions throughout the week. Even if it's on my primary bench day where I do chest exercises and a couple of tricep exercises, I'll just throw it in at the end. It's not a biggie. As long as it isn't before the primary deadlift or primary squat day, then it's absolutely fine to throw in elsewhere. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just throw it in at the end of the week. Same with any accessory exercise that I miss, unless there's bloody 10 like last time. Then it's not realistic, unless I was to come at an earlier time and split the session up between 2 sessions. I don't really want to do 10 accessory exercises in one session. It'll just burn me out. I feel tired and lethargic and probably start snapping at the weights, you know. Oi! You made too much noise, I don't like it, quiet down. You know what I mean? I'm losing the plot. But yes, it's been a good session, a good start to the week. Minus the whole laptop incident. In the gym, it's been a good start to the week. We are on week 4 now of the first block out of competition. The second block moving onwards is going to be a 5-day a week. Why 5 days? Well, I said I'd like to do 5 days, so you ladies and gentlemen have more content to watch. That's it. That's literally the reason why I'm doing 5 days, not 4. A bit of a commitment, but I suppose it splits the load throughout the week. May even potentially help me recover a little bit more, as long as I play my cards right. I have at least a day between 2 or 3 days straight. I believe the first part of it is either push, pull legs, day off, upper lower, or it's the other way round, upper lower, day off, push, pull legs. Regardless, it's basically what I was doing before, and I really enjoyed it, and I started to get quite wham from it, to say the least. I started to pack on the muscle, started to lose the fat, and I don't really speak about my body fat percentage, as I'm not a bodybuilder and it doesn't concern me too much, but sometimes I look in the mirror and I think, what a fatso, you know, hey fatty bum bum, want another cream cake, you know, what a fatso. Borderline morbidly obese. Obviously I'm taking the piss, you know, I'm taking the mickey here. The video might die, I sense it might die, but what I'm saying is the fourth dimension is calling to me and it's saying, Ryan, you start plugging in your camera to your bloody stereo so you can talk on the go without worrying about that. But yeah, I'd like to, I kind of lost a bunch of body fat and then put it straight back on because I approached the bulk wrong. I went way too aggressive and kind of, not, I guess, relapsed my fat. The fat that I lost has come back, not as much because I've managed to get it under control kind of before it got too bad. I've almost relapsed. I'm not going to aggressively cut because that would be the same mistake as aggressively bulking. I just saw a flash in the sky. That flash in the sky was not thunder, it wasn't a plane, and it wasn't a helicopter or a drone. I guess the mystery will always remain a mystery. It will always remain the unknown. Anyway, outside of celestial events or extraterrestrial events, I'm going to start controlling my diet a lot more. Go back to eating rice and mince to make it a bit more interesting, so I actually stick to it. I'll start adding like onions and garlic and peppers, all that sort of stuff. Plain rice and plain mince, which is boring and can be quite demotivating. And whilst food to me is fuel, it is also a luxury. I can get very much carried away with indulging in the crisps, the cakes, the sweeties and the biscuits, the ice cream, the donuts, etc. Especially pizza. I have a weakness for pizza, which is not good. Yeah, I thought I'd leave you with that. Not my usual vlogging style. Less cinematic, a bit more direct and full on. A bit more raw, and there's probably not going to be a lot of cuts. Let me know if you prefer this, or if you prefer my, you know, my cinematic, very abstract way of going about my vlogs, where you don't quite know what's going on, but you also do. You know, you're stuck with a sense of eeriness, but at the same time, it also liberates you. I don't bloody know what I'm on about. Anyway, until tomorrow, thank you very much, sir, for allowing me to pass. Like Gandalf, you shall not pass. However, he let me pass. Man is not Gandalf, he is Gollum. I don't know. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Do you prefer this style? Do you prefer the other style I've been doing? Take care, everyone. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or night. That is a wrap.